The actual checkoff started in September of 1991. We wanted everybody to contribute the same amount, no matter whether you were in Kansas or Wisconsin or Florida, and we were all contributing at the same rate, and that the monies would be controlled by a farmer-led board. Fairness and equity were the driving forces in terms of putting everything together.
We're in it for not just ourselves, we're in it for the soybean farmers. That's the one constant thing that's lasted. The vision, the mission, from the first strategic plan we wrote to the last one we wrote 3 or 4 years ago, the vision and the mission haven't changed. So in the early days, international markets were important to us, so we spent more money there. But all of a sudden we had money to do exploratory things. We were able to promote soybean oil domestically. See what it is today? It's pretty amazing. It really is. It's pretty amazing.
We came around to the fact that, yeah, we sell soybeans, but actually we sell soybean meal and oil. And biodiesel became the thing that drove soybean oil prices higher.
You know, we're only just starting to explore the possibilities of these new oil technologies that have been developed through traditional breeding. You know, when you look at a product like high oleic and the ability to feed it to dairy cattle after it's been roasted and to have an immediate impact on the milk fat content that's coming out of those cows is tremendous for the dairy industry. You look at increased uses in industrial applications, whether it be asphalt or electrical transformers, the ways that we're going to combat soybean cyst nematode. I think that's going to be the moonshot of the future.
I was lucky to be involved in the trans fat issue and also the biotech issue. But the board had a great strategic plan, and it actually addressed the trans fat issue by starting what we called back then the Better Bean Initiative. And on the other side, we had a biotech task force started to get specific members leading that effort to move that forward.
I think there's great potential in the aquaculture sector when it comes to, say, Central America and even in Asia and Southeast Asia, where we've always had a real good market share. I think there's great opportunities to maintain and even expand that.
I remember to this day talking to Mark Seib about, hey, I think we could potentially put $2 million out here and say that we're gonna, for river improvement, of infrastructure improvement of some kind, and see where we get. There is so much research, analysis, environmental design to any program that the federal government does. And what does that sound like? That sounds like research, education, promotion, which also falls in our guidelines is what USB is charged with. And $2 million then met by $245 million investment. What world do farmers get to have that kind of impact on one of our greatest waterway infrastructures in the world? And U.S. soybean farmers said, this is important to us, to our livelihoods, and to our ability to reach the global marketplace. That kind of work just inspired me, frankly, because what else can we do? If we can do that, what else can we do at the checkoff?
I think the past 35 years we've seen some outstanding farmer leadership, farmers who had a lot of passion about soybeans, soybean products. We are no longer the board in the checkoff of what it was 35 years ago. We are now totally farmer-led, farmer-focused. We're project makers instead of project takers, and we are developing a future that I think the sky is the limit. So, thank you. Thank you for the trust. Thank you for the investments. Thank you for the relationships and the opportunities along the way.
Partner
to deliver.
Sustainable soy solutions.
For every life.
Every day.
For 35 years.
35 years.
For 35 years and counting.